Most droids were programmed to be unable to harm their masters, as much as many of them would have liked to. But accidents happen, and now and again, organics were unalived in incidents caused by their droids. Such was the case for the masters of the droid we'll be talking about today, except he wasn't responsible for the accidental death of just one master. He killed 4 of them in a row, all in the space of about 2 years. In case you hadn't already guessed, the droid we're talking about is HK-47, and in this video, we'll be telling part of his story.
Attention, Sergeant on deck!
In 3956 BBY, during his quest to find the star maps and stop Darth Malak, the amnesiac Revan walked into a droid shop on Tatooine looking for a protocol droid capable of speaking the language of the Sand People. Yukalaka, the Ithorian who ran the shop, claimed to have one such unit, a tall, battered droid with rusty red plating. This droid, HK-47, confirmed to Revan that he could speak the language of the Sand People and many other unusual dialects, and he begged Revan to purchase him, claiming that Yukalaka was a poorly skilled mechanic who he viewed as a disgusting coward. Revan purchased the droid, and HK-47 helped him and his allies, the crew of the Ebenhawk, negotiate with the local Sand People and find Tatooine's star map. During this mission, it became apparent that there was more to HK-47 than met the eye. He wasn't just a protocol unit, as Yukalaka had claimed. He had extensive stealth and combat training as well. HK-47 revealed to Revan that he was built as an assassin droid, though he couldn't remember by whom. His maker wasn't the only thing HK-47 had forgotten either. As he revealed to Revan, his memory had been badly damaged, and he remembered nothing from before he was given to Yukalaka. Intrigued, Revan worked on the droid's memory core over the course of his quest, steadily learning the droid's history in reverse order. His first bit of work allowed HK to remember his master before Yukalaka, a commercial officer working for Systech Corporation. This commercial officer had been rather self-important. He ranked low in the corporate hierarchy and wasn't very significant, but he had purchased HK-47 as a bodyguard, not because he needed one, but because he felt that having a droid bodyguard would make him seem more influential. HK served him in this role for 2 months until the officer discovered the droid's assassination protocol. The discovery seemed like a stroke of luck to him, since at the time, he was agitated about a product produced by a rival company that he feared would financially ruin him. He ordered HK-47 to fix the problem for him by wiping out the competitor's leadership. However, as the commercial officer quickly discovered, this was a mistake.
My former master was unaware of this, but the competitor was in fact an arm of Systech Corporation, my master's own employer. It did not take long for my master to realize his mistake. By then, I had already terminated 104 corporate officers. Statement.
Upon realizing what he had done, the commercial officer lost his mind and attacked HK-47 with a pen. HK made no attempt to defend himself, as he was unable to harm his own master. But the officer ended up stabbing one of the droid's actuators and fatally electrocuting himself in the process. Following this, HK shut down, as he was programmed to upon the death of his master. With only 15 of Systech's 120 corporate officers remaining, the company was promptly liquidated, and HK-47 was auctioned off as former corporate property, thus ending up in the hands of Yukalaka. But, as Revan learned, the Systech officer wasn't HK-47's original master. Before he came into the corporate officer's possession, HK had served a much more prestigious owner, a senator. Originally, the senator had purchased HK as a protocol droid, and he only learned of his true function when an assistant discovered it through questioning. The senator promptly had HK-47 kill the assistant and set him after several of his political opponents. In a few short months, HK's work allowed the senator to amass plenty of political capital.
Given time, I believe he could have become chancellor. I even eliminated a few key opponents that he did not ask for. Freebies, if you will. Answer. There are a lot of politicians on Coruscant, Master. I could spend decades slaughtering them and still not make a dent. And it is not as if I walked into the Senate chambers with a carbonite explosive. I was very discreet. My best work to date.
However, the senator's rise ended when he, in HK-47's words, allowed the use of his droid to become personal. The senator discovered that his wife was cheating on him, and he ordered the HK to go to his summer estate and kill her and whomever she was cheating on him with. HK proceeded to begin the mission, but the senator changed his mind and followed him, hoping to stop HK-47 from following through. As HK himself later theorized, this was likely not due to a change of heart, but rather because the senator had realized that the murder would be easily linked back to him. When HK moved in for the kill, the senator jumped into the line of fire and took the blaster bolt for his wife. She later sold HK-47 to the Systech officer who was a friend of hers. Both of these more recent owners worked in reputable fields, Systech Corporation and the Senate respectively. But as Revan discovered, HK's earlier owners hadn't been quite so legitimate. Before the senator, HK-47 had been owned by Bochaba the Hutt, a crime lord based on Slayeron. This Hutt used HK as an enforcer, and over the course of 1 year, the droid slaughtered over 300 people on his master's orders, including 2 entire families of rival Hutts. These assassinations made Bochaba very wealthy, and they also painted a target on his back. While HK-47 was off killing more of the Hutt's rivals, another rival Hutt family and the Exchange retaliated.
Statement. I was not even present when my old master was assassinated. I did appreciate the artistry behind his demise upon my return, however. Answer. Allow me to say that I have little doubt that residents of that sector were fishing pieces of Bochaba out of their soup for weeks afterward.
HK-47 didn't kill this master directly, at least, but he was still indirectly responsible for Bochaba's death, and he shut down upon discovering the murder scene. The rival Hutt crime lord that had ordered Bochaba's killing laid claim to HK and sold him to the senator, whom he bribed regularly. Revan learned of one additional former master through his work repairing HK-47, a Mandalorian soldier. This Mandalorian found HK-47 damaged after he had successfully eliminated a target in Mandalorian space and claimed the droid for himself. Much like HK's later missions, this Mandalorian set the droid against his rivals, using assassination to facilitate his rise through the Mandalorian ranks. However, the soldier got overconfident. He sent HK-47 after Mandalore himself, a mission that the assassin droid failed. Mandalore captured HK-47 and altered his programming, forcing him to hunt down his Mandalorian master. This time, HK killed his own master outright, and after the deed was done, he was sold on the black market to Bochaba the Hutt. All 4 of HK's owners prior to Yukalaka, the Systech officer, the senator, Bochaba the Hutt, and the Mandalorian attempted to use HK-47's assassination protocol to increase their power. But in the end, every single one was unintentionally killed by HK-47, in each case due to the owner's hunger for power. As HK himself noted, his recent history was practically an ironic morality tale warning against the use of his assassination functions. We're sure there's also a lesson about the quick, easy, and bloody path of the dark side in there somewhere. Revan was unable to recover any more of HK's deleted memories, as what remained was locked within the droid's behavior core and could only be recovered when the droid experienced the proper stimulus. As it turned out, however, this stimulus wasn't long in coming. During the quest for the Starforge, the Ebon Hawk was briefly captured by a Sith warship. Aboard, Revan encountered Darth Malak, who informed him of his true identity. When Revan and the crew of the Hawk escaped Malak's clutches and Revan revealed that he was the former Dark Lord of the Sith, it spurred a reaction from HK-47. His memories flooded back, and he discovered the stimulus he had been waiting for, returning to his original master. As it turned out, Revan had built HK-47 shortly after becoming Dark Lord of the Sith and dispatched him to eliminate key enemies of the new Sith Empire, Jedi in particular. Sith protocol dictated that their assassin droids have their memory wiped before missions in case they were captured, as happened to HK-47. But, improbably enough, HK had managed to make it back home in the end. During the final days of the Jedi Civil War, he once again served Revan, and this time, he helped destroy the Sith Empire he'd helped build. In a sense, the Sith Empire itself belatedly experienced the curse of HK-47. It, too, had used HK's assassination protocols to attain considerable power, and it, too, was destroyed by HK-47's hand. The moral of the story is one that HK-47 himself would vehemently disagree with. If you slaughter your way to power, it'll eventually come back to bite you in the ass. But what do you think? Would you like to see more videos about HK-47? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.